Hi guys, I'm Shelley, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a tag and we're doing the books and beer tag. This was originally done by Kathy, who I will link here, there, everywhere. She's brilliant. If you like anything just basically human related, you will love her because she's adorable. And she was nice enough to tag me in her original tag. Now I don't drink beer because I don't drink anymore, but I can appreciate a good book tag when I see it. So I'm doing it anyway. Number 1. Lager, widely consumed but not necessarily that tasty. A book that was popular but not necessarily interesting. The Stephanie Perkins Anna and the French Kiss series. Because it's very, very popular, and I read the first one, and I probably have a review on here somewhere that I actually quite liked it. And then I read the second, and then I read the third, and I realised that there's quite a big problem with Stephanie Perkins' writing that is misogynistic. Number 2, Indian Pale Ale. Prepare for a Long Voyage, a book that took you on a very long trip. I'm going with The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, because that series goes off into space quite a lot and goes on for quite a long time, but is very, very enjoyable. It follows Cinder, it follows Sleeping Beauty, it follows Rapunzel, lots of Disney princesses into this cyberotic future world, and I really enjoyed it. Number 3, Stout, Dark and Strong. A dark book that left you with wobbly legs, and I'm going with Black Rose, The Killing of Sophie Lancaster by Simon Armitage. Now this is a poetry book and based on a horrific hate crime that happened here in the UK against Sophie Lancaster and her boyfriend. She was violently beaten up and assaulted for being different, for being a goth. This is told from Sophie's point of view through poetry about her life, about what happened that led up to this horrific attack. It is quite possibly the most heart-wrenching, beautiful thing I have ever read. Bitter, a pale ale that has angst. This is my dad's favourite drink, by the way. A book character that has a I'm different from everybody kind of attitude. Margot from Paper Towns by John Green, who thinks she's special for running away and being different and being kind of off the wall, and no, you're just a normal teenager dealing with teenagery things, woman. I think I have a problem with the writing because these teenagers are very privileged where they can just run off and do what they want, as the rest of us just have to, you know, pay our damn bills. I'm not sure how you pronounce the next beer, but it's Saison? Apparently it's a beer with extra bubbles and flavour and not a lot of alcoholic punch. So it's a light read with something interesting. And with this I'm going with a recent read, which is The Last Romeo by Justin Mayers. This follows a dude who's just come out of a massive breakup. He's decided to go on lots and lots of dates and blog about it. He ends up dating somebody who's quite well known in the celebrity field, but yet isn't out. So there's this kind of back and forth of hiding the relationship. Next up, ale. Warm fermentation? How do you say that word? Fermentation. It's a warm firm thing with hops. This is going so well. A comfortable favourite book. For this I have to go with The Martian by Andy Weir. The amount of times I have listened to that book just makes me happy. Next up, Eisbock. Is that a beer? I don't know. Eisbock, however you pronounce it. A beer that is really, really strong. The book that goes with this is one that has a cutthroat society, and for this I'm going with Uglies by Scott Westerfield. This is a series. It's sort of based on social media because the more popular you are, the higher up you can live. Basically everybody has a social feed, and the more hits you get and the more popular you are, you get invited to different parties, you get best apartments. I think there's a Black Mirror episode like this as well. Next up, Gose, maybe it's Gose, I don't know. It's a beer that is sour and sometimes salty. A book with some acid, a book with some punch. Basically the whole series of Carrie Fisher's diaries, because they're brilliant. I mean, that woman was just fantastic. The amount of sass, the amount of raw humanity in them as you follow her depression, as you follow her manic. I would say I want to be her when I grow up, but I've gone past that age. Next up is Lambic, and this one's a bit of a tongue twister. Wild yeast beer fermented in open barrels, a book with an outlandish premise, a book with an outlandish premise that was worth the time you invested. They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. Bear with me. There is an app in the world that will tell you the day you're going to die. It doesn't tell you in advance, it just phones you at midnight on the day you're going to die. So the premise is, does your life change because you know you're going to die that day? Do you die because you are told you are going to die? Do you change your life and that's what kills you? If you hadn't been told, would you die? Next up, Dubbel? D-U-B-B-E-L. Dubbel? Is there a beer called Dubbel? Monastic brewing. Can you tell I'm dyslexic? A book so important to you that you had to read it twice. Bridget Jones's Diary by Helen Fielding. I've read this about 50 times. I relate to Bridget a hell of a lot. I have issues with my weight that haunts me on a daily basis. She keeps screwing up, but she keeps trying, God bless her. And I feel like that. I keep screwing up, but I keep trying. I'm not giving up on this crap. Next up is barley wine. So much alcohol that it can't be classed as a mere beer. This sounds fun. I've never had barley wine. I'm kind of getting thirsty now that I want to drink. A book that should have been a series, or a series of books that just packed so much in, it was so good. This is the bone of contention for me, because I'm going with the Fire and Flood series by Victoria Scott. I want the last book. So, long story short, there are 2 of these. There should have been 3. Victoria Scott's publisher never got round to wanting the last one. You are picked to enter a competition to win a cure for somebody who is ill in your family. But only one person can win. Lots of people die during these kind of trials. They're put on 3 trials. Obviously, we've only had the book for the first 2. And they're also given this kind of little robotic creature that just helps them out. It wasn't all just about teenagers. You had various amount of people. You had different ages, different genders. You just had this whole codswallop mix of people. It's been like 5 years since the second one was released, so, you know, it ain't gonna happen, but I can dream. Last one, Seasonal. Beer with a limited brew window. A book or a genre that you only read when you're in the mood. The List of My Desires by, I'm gonna screw this name up again, Gregory Delacourt. What would happen if you suddenly won a absolute massive amount of money? Not only would your life would change, but the friends around you would change. Maybe they treat you differently. Maybe you'll lose them. It leaves me with a feeling that I cannot describe, and so I have to be in a very specific place to be able to read it. And that is the books and beer tag. I will tag some people down below, so go check them out. But if you want to do this, I am also tagging you. Go and check it out. Kathy, thank you for tagging me. I really enjoyed this one. It really made me think. I will see you guys soon once I've edited, oh my god, 25 minutes of waffling. Bye. I'm a Bristolian. I naturally drink cider, and now I'm suddenly missing it. This is not going to end well.